Gamers, welcome back to the finals of Xbox Week 2 European Edition. Diem will be joining me to go through all the action of Team BM up against Barrage.
This should be an interesting set. Team BM had a very early out last week. They find themselves in the finals this week against Barrage.
And the big talking point for this, honestly, is going to be the two solo laners. Predator, just last game for solo lane for the Team BM, had a good performance. And Watson, well, he was unaware who went to the Xbox World Championships, well, Invitational, we should say, and had a very good performance there as well.
No, Envy is the world
No,
champions
they're not.
of Smite.
No, that's Rafa.
No,
That's Rafa.
Rafa shares that.
No, he doesn't
with
share. It wasn't a World
Lycan
Championship. It wasn't a
and
World Championship.
Kiki So Cheeky.
The best news, anyway, about this for Barrage is that, well, they're guaranteed 160 points total for themselves. Second gets 60, first gets 100. They won last week, and if they actually win this one, well, they've got at least a spare week to stay at number one.
P's and B's as we go in. Barrage versus BM. Barrage, in my opinion, have a slight advantage here, as I do think first pick in the current meta is a little bit stronger.
What's your reasoning?
I think there are a few picks that are outliers. I do think that the second counter pick phase can be very strong depending on what's left open, but it gets weaker with things like Odin getting taken off the table. I think Hou-Yi Odin is an amazing counter pick to a lot of things, but first pick has a little bit more fluidity to it, as Kronos getting taken away as a surprise ban there.
It's back over to Team BM. They've already taken out Isis. We'll take out Ao Kwang as well, but Janus is available. How is he on Xbox? I mean, realistically, he should be fine.
He's
right?
amazing.
He's Janus.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Simple is as simple does, so it should be a Janus first pick. No, we're going to see a Soul.
Okay, that's smart flex pick. 2 rolls, does very well. Great split push potential. Athena going to be grabbed. No surprise there. Likely to be a Geb or Khepri pick for Barrage. Team BM, one more option. It's going to be Neith, safe and sound.
What do you reckon BM stands for? For this
Bipolar
team?
method.
You reckon that's what it is?
Yeah, this is Young Bay and Badger and Lobster and Spoo and Hyrock.
Oh, like their alter egos? Their
Yeah.
Xbox alter egos.
Yes.
I'm okay with that. Neith logs in then. So that's pretty much the duo lane. Neith is a flex. Athena technically is a flex too, but
Yeah.
you could potentially just see these two go to the duo lane as standard.
Let's see here. Barrage has a few options. They could still go for their Hunter if they want to grab Yeezus.
Do you go for Yeezus on Xbox though? Ricochet is a little bit more difficult to land. They're difficult anyway.
Awilix. I like Awilix picks, but this early.
Well, I guess Neith. First of all, you can guarantee you can just go in on Neith every single time the backflips. If Neith goes mid lane, makes it even easier to potentially find a couple of kills there.
It's true.
And then picking up the Geb, I like that alongside the Awilix.
Yeah, no surprise.
Just for the knockups.
Yeah, no surprise. Knock-up potential is good. Shields are obviously great for Soul and Awilix. And it's Geb.
And it's Geb.
Like, it's just Geb. He has an amazing kit.
Is. Back to Team BM then. They've got options available. This will probably give a little bit away about where Neith or Athena's going to go. Jungler here, would you look for?
Thor.
Straight away?
Yeah, you don't want jumps against the Awilix. You want something that can chase Soul down. You want something that's not going to be affected too much by Geb. And AoE stuns, I think, are very, very important in terms of locking these two down. So I would probably go Thor here. Kali is available, but I don't love it in this situation. Guan Yu, another flex pick for him and Athena can swap in certain ways. Also has good jungle. So I like this.
I would like to see Team BM to potentially look at an Odin ban just to deal with the fact that...
Odin's banned, man.
Oh, Odin is banned, I was going to say. I'm miles away.
Just get that out of here.
I'm miles away. I'm like in North America right now where the games are boring. They don't matter. Hades banned away by Team BM. There's one more.
I don't love that.
Reason being?
By banning Hades, that tells you 100% that Guan Yu is the solo laner. There's no other reason to ban Hades except that he just stomps on Guan's face and his horse's face.
Good point. I mean, we've seen Hades lose that matchup a couple of times. Not really, though, but it's happened.
God,
It's happened, DM. It's happened.
So angry right now.
It did happen. Barrage, though, have options available for themselves. They're more than likely looking at jungle bans here. Should take away Thor, as you were saying. Thor's a good option here for the jungle for them. So we'll see what Barrage choose to do.
I think taking away Thor and possibly Humbots is likely the best bet against Team BM right now. Kali, again, still available. Scylla going to be taken away. They're going to hit mages, assuming that Neith is going to be the hunter.
Well, then, no, they're not. Yeah, they're assuming that. They're just not going to be the mid laner for now. I mean, I would actually... You need some magic on this. Would you look for the Kronos already banned? So Freya is available too.
Freya, Athena lane, not the safest, of course, but...
Surprised at the Scylla one, though, just because of the fact that you can pull her every time she tries to Sentinel.
That is very,
That's
very
why I was
true.
a bit odd about that pick.
Yeah. I guess they're just looking for mages. Isis is already taken off the board. Is Raijin available?
Raijin is not available
Not
at the moment
available.
on console. Vermana, however, was, and now he's not. Banned away for the solo lane for Barrage.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
Reason being? Guan, good
Vermana counter Soul really easily. I guess this confirms that Guan Yu will be the solo lane beyond a shadow of a doubt. Athena likely to be the support, so they're looking for their jungle in their mid on BM, where the final...
There's the thought.
Yeah, that's very, very smart.
Caught it out eventually. Now, that Guan Yu could technically be jungle as well, but
Not
with
if they're
those
banning
bans you
Hades.
said, you expect it to be in the solo lane. So Team BM have the option here for the next pick. They need a mid laner, more than likely a jungler to go alongside it as well. There's a Janus, which gets all the way through to that deep in the game.
Very, very easy pick there. Barrage still looking for what could be a mid laner or hunter, depending on where they send Soul. They'll need a solo laner as well, likely to be Bellona. How did I do that?
God, you're so good at this, Diem.
Thank you.
It's almost like you do this for a living.
It's almost like I play solo and have to deal with Bellona every single game.
Well, BM, we're definitely going to have to deal with this game. Barrage, get it on their side. That's the benefit. Barrage, now looking for their final pick. Should probably be a mid laner. Could actually be a hunter, though. Soul could go into the mid lane here for the extra wave clear. What will the option be? I mean, I'm quite happy with Soul mid here in this comp.
I think Soul mid's actually not too bad here, going up against the Janus, and that's what it's going to be. Xbalanque picked up a character we don't see all that much in Season 3. In fact, this might be the first time.
It's because he struggles in lane more than anything else.
Very
and the worst thing for Barrage here is their duo lane is weak. They're going to get pushed in by whatever's in there. It's going to be Neith, Athena. And then Naja looking for the jungle.
I don't know how I feel about the Nasha. Soul actually has a pretty good matchup here. If she can bait properly, he does reduce damage to Geb.
But I mean, you get the Awilix. I think that's a big key here. You get the Awilix.
True, yeah. Who would you pick?
Every other jungler pretty much has a jump.
Yeah.
The ones that are
jumps.
meta at the moment.
Who what other jungler?
I
mean, I guess they could have put Guan Yu in the jungle and they could have gone into another warrior, but that would have really limited their damage. Nasha might have been the best pick here, and unfortunately it feels like they kind of pigeonholed this pick pretty heavily. So Airbrushd is going to be stuck with this one, although I have found a pretty normal pattern of if you play Kali well, you play Nasha well.
I can understand that.
They fit the same demographic of weebs.
If you can... Weebs?
Yeah.
What is a weeb?
What?
What's a weeb?
What do you mean, what is a weeb?
I don't know what a weeb is.
No.
I really don't.
Do you not...
Is dust a weeb?
Yes.
Okay. I still don't know what that means.
They think it's funny,
no,
too.
They did. Soul's very, very happy with it. Thank you.
She's all the way from Norway.
Elexum?
Soul.
It's because she's North.
Yeah.
Doesn't necessarily mean she's Norway. Could be Swedish.
That's true.
Could be Finnish.
I don't know I don't know what that means.
It's another place.
Is that like a weeb?
No, it's a place in Europe. Near Sweden.
Oh, it's a state in Europe?
It's a state in Europe.
State
That's
in
correct.
Europe? Cool.
That's correct. It's technically what countries are in Europe is states.
Yeah, the states. Europe's a big country, that's all. It's actually a regular.
Now that's a surprise. Geb doing the backs and they're using Sol and Xbalanque to do the red buff at the same time.
Yeah, strange.
It should have realistically, that clear in the jungle is just awful between those three compared to the other side.
Look how much damage Xbalanque took. That's a little dangerous. I would have expected Geb to be tanking the red buff. We're going to see the poison darts come out. Right side mid camp did get taken by blue. So Team BM starting off this time with that mid into blue. Top side, red didn't quite get that. So Guan Yu will be at a slight disadvantage at level 1.
A little bit of even in the mid lane between the two. Actually, a small advantage for Barrage to get over to those left-hand harpies there. Elexum will be there with Awilix as well, and I'm definitely favouring Nija and Janus on that 2v2 at those left-hand harpies.
Okay, so we're looking at Elexum. I think the team names are backwards.
Quite possibly here. Quite possibly. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Jeron,
I think.
Jeron's on Barrage. Yeah, the team names are backwards. It should definitely be Barrage is the blue team.
Sorry about that,
and the
guys.
red team is Team BM. It's okay. It's not a problem. We'll get it changed over shortly.
Elexum taking a little bit of damage here. Left side camp, it looks like it's going to get soloed down by Awilix. I don't think Nasha assumed that it was going to go down that way.
No, I didn't either. You can see why we're doing this, guys. We're just going to quickly update the names for you. Obviously, small technical difficulties, but to be fair, they're both Europeans, so it's whatever.
What does that mean?
It's a weeb thing. I don't know what that is, but we'll go with it.
Fair.
Did that work?
No.
No? I didn't use it in the right context?
Not really.
I mean, I got it right with Dust is a weeb.
Yes.
Okay. But I didn't get it right with saying, like...
No.
Okay.
And we're back.
Hey! Barrage will be the blue team, as you can see on the map. And Barrage, honestly, they won last week. They had a really rough time against Atlas in the semi-finals today, where the game took very long, and technically Atlas threw that game, which put Barrage in this position to... Well, they basically next week they could not turn up and still be top. That's the best
Watson,
thing.
wow, taking a lot of damage there. Guan Yu answering back beautifully after getting slammed down by that bludgeon. Watson overcommitted to the wave, and as a result takes a big chunk of his health to the Talib Assault.
This is what I said coming into this. Predator versus Watson is the big matchup here for me. Both these players have played very consistently well. Watson, for me, probably the best solo laner in Europe right now on Xbox, by far. However, Predator showed what he's got last game as that tier.
Remember, guys, this is a best-of-3 contest here in the finals. Barrage coming hot off their win last week. They want to try to, I guess, duplicate that. Team BM in a weird spot here as Watson has a chance for a kill. Dodged. Level 4 now. He's trying to get these kills off. He hits into level 5. Does he go for the ultimate?
He is.
Cavalry charge is going. Misses the first hit. Misses the second. And no, the third, fourth, and fifth will find the air as well.
He's about to ride his horse. That's
So
all it
this was the big matchup, huh?
I feel like this is the big matchup. I feel like this is the big matchup because not necessarily the laning phase. I think when they get to team fights, both of them are going to bring a lot to the team. They're both going to be diving the back line more often than not. The rest of the team will be on peel duty. Geb will sit back for the most part, and you'll see, you know, the likes of Guan trying to drive and Bellona.
Not quite. Needed to dodge or dash in first there. Watson doesn't quite cover the distance. Level 6 will head back to the base, does have the teleport available to him, and will have enough to finish up the Ninja Tabby, or rather the Warrior Tabby as well, as Bellona will get a quick trick back. No experience lost.
Now, what do we feel about the Guan Yu picking up that Bluestone early on instead of going for the Death's Toll? Are we
Guan
okay with
Yu?
that? Yeah.
Well, of course.
Just to get the extra damage off more from the Talib Assault.
Talib Assault just rushes that wave down.
And even if he does take damage from the archers, he's still going to be able to heal that back with conviction because it stacks better.
Exactly.
Hey.
And remember, Guan Yu has a major cooldown reduction by juggling his abilities, so getting that extra damage off on the Bluestone repeatedly through the dash is very important.
Very small advantage now for Watson for Team Barrage on the solo lane now. Because he's got the Warrior Tabby, they've both teleported back in. Guan Yu Predators hasn't finished his boots just yet, and the blue buffs are both available. You saw Watson rotate round there to find out if it was up yet. Sadly, it wasn't. It is now, however, so Watson's got a bit of an advantage here, and the whole team of Barrage seem to know that, and they're rotating round for the blue.
He should definitely go for it. I mean, he has it's a 30 damage advantage at this stage of the game. I mean, oh, what are you, hello?
I think he was checking where Guan was more than anything else, but Guan is actually heading back towards his blue buff, finding out that the whole team of Barrage is here, the mid laner and the jungler and the supporter here, and Athena's coming in. They're looking for pressure on Sol.
Geb kind of wasting that shield as we get an arrow coming in. Watson going to get stunned out. Ultimate's available across the board as Awe trying to get away. It looks like he will escape for now. Watson not in the best of health, trying to get away. We're going to see an ultimate.
Good ult to get away, but can we see the continuation of the chase? No is the answer. Blue buff falls down. However, the blue buff for Barrage is still available, and now it's a chance for BM to go and take it themselves.
But look at Lycan. He's ready for the control. Elexum there doesn't quite find the steal, but they want to fight. Flip over. Decent damage. Not going to be enough, and the blue buff gets taken. It's an even trade at the end of the day. Blue for blue, with Barrage still leading by about 300 gold.
Elexum going in for a little bit of poke there. A little bit risque, I want to say, just especially with Amnesia and Athena waiting in the wings as well.
That was a translation issue. Risque and risky are two different things.
I will say whatever I want. Thank you very much.
I'm trying to help you, man.
Left-hand side Harpies do go the way of Team BM, and Barrage go over to their own red buff, soak that one up, give it over to Elexum, more than likely, in that mid lane. So far, so good for both teams. Neither really losing an inch, or giving an inch.
Still, yeah, it's very even. 100 gold between them, 300 experiences. All but irrelevant at 5 minutes, so not bad. Not bad play. A very even set so far. I wouldn't say there's many misplays either. It's just been teams playing pretty well. The only thing I think that we could really point out was the fact that Nasha didn't ult the Bellona, which would have given his team enough time to set up and cover the options. But Bellona gets out of there. Nasha maintains the ultimate, and here at 5.5 minutes, we have an even game.
We have an even game indeed, and now you're going to see Sol finally to take a trip back to base, more than likely working towards those boots there, because it didn't go for a Diem rush whatsoever, looking for the Polynomicon more than likely as his first line with that tiny trinket. However, the Janus across the way, Farleez, well, he's already got that Doom online and he's already stacking.
Only 5 stacks so far, but I mean, given the fact that his opponent isn't stacking at all, can be very, very important. In fact, we see a tiny trinket picked up this early. Tiny trinket doesn't really build into too many things that you would want in the early game. I would assume that this is going to be built later into Polynomicon. He could go into Bancroft for a damage spike, but I don't really see it.
I can understand that one as well. I mean, Elexum in the mid lane, though, has a little bit of an advantage on experience over the Janus, whether that's just because he's farming a little bit more better or Team BM is sharing a little bit more in that mid lane.
I think he got one of the two of the original Harpies in the first push. And remember, Team BM started on the right side without Janus being able to take it. So that was probably where it came from. just that one creep. I would imagine she's not too far into the level so far. You see Janus hitting into level 8 right there.
Now, this is a question for you. Who do you want to see go aggressive here? Because I feel like Lycan on this Awilix should be potentially looking at that duo lane Neith to try and find a couple of picks here.
Guan,
But Janus.
Guan, Nasha. I want to see Guan rotate in, force Soul into Corpulea form, and then I want to see Nasha just take her down.
Take it down completely. We'll keep an eye on Guan to see if he actually does that. Dual lane Hunters. Jeron played for Paradigm last year. Managed to get himself second in the ESL finals there. As well as he's got a couple of teammates with him as well, who, to be fair, Barrage are an all-star team to an extent. All their members have made up of third, second, and first place finishers in last year's splits.
That's true. Jeron, slight advantage in this lane. You'll note the gold is basically even, about 70 separates them, but he also has the stack advantage, 7 to his name. And of course, while it's not the end of the world, a very mana-heavy god like Xbalanque can use every point that he can get, and of course, very, very damaging as well.
And of course, the longer this game goes on, it's Xbalanque is definitely going to outscale and be more useful in the later stages than Neith will be. Neith will bring more control, but the damage output from Xbalanque will go through the roof if it does go very late.
One of my favorite parts about this matchup is the fact that if Neith decides to use her ultimate and can confirm a kill target, Xbalanque can activate his ultimate and block her out, just blind her, not allowing her to use it. Elexum going pretty deep here, gets a hit or two off, not much spent. The blue buffs respawn on both sides. Top side has already gone away, and bottom side will go as well to their respective teams, so no invades this time.
And there's an interesting thing as well. You saw that happen to Elexum there. Athena taunted after he'd used Disapparate, but he wasn't in Corporeal form yet.
Right.
What that allowed is the mobility you get from that actually plays against you and forces you to move quicker towards the enemy targets. You've got to watch out for that, otherwise pressure can happen and purification forced on Elexum.
With those beads getting taken down in that fashion, it's very likely that we're going to see first blood happen in the mid lane. Nasha looking for another attempt. This is what we're talking about.
Shield from Geb was a little bit too early, and the dunk from Athena was good. Elexum does escape danger, though. Tower damage is insane, but look at this. Jeron's now made this rotation over. Neith still over in the duel.
Beautiful.
Great Watson ult that's going to secure one and help pick up the second.
I mean, Soul just played that unbelievably well. She gets the shield, she starts running in the direct path, and as she's actually finding out that she's safe because of her team's peels, she turns around and throws a Stellar Burst before going back to the base for massive damage on the two players. This allowing them to recoup the fight. Lycan coming in for decent damage, using his beads very offensively by using them before he gets hit by the ultimate. Of course, the World Weaver coming from across the map, negating the stun and creating more space for himself. And then, of course, directly afterwards, we see that Bellona come in with a huge ultimate. Elexum just yelling, easy game, easy life on that one.
And the presence of mind as well from Jeron. He was just gone back to base, picked up Warrior Time. He pops his ult to help and realizes, I should just come mid to secure this one. Neith's not going to be there in time. I can potentially help, and ends up getting himself 2 assists.
Big wins, though. 1 kill for Geb, 1 kill for Bellona. So probably the 2 characters that need those kills the least. But at the same time, I'm sure it's welcome. You'll notice Geb only about 100 gold ahead of Athena, despite the fact that he went into the Talaria, or rather Traveler's Shoes. It's strange.
He's just not getting off the abilities is the big key there. If you're going to go for the Talaria, you've got to make sure you at least manage to catch him now and again.
Geb is not the character I think of when I think of these boots.
Well, you do manage to hit multiple people with a single shockwave in a team fight. Once you get that going, that gold will start counting up. But in the early stages of the game, his team's playing very passive, so he's going to wait for them to initiate before he can get those stacks.
See that Spirit Robe?
I did.
I mean, that Spirit Arrow. Jeez, man, that was a lot of damage. One auto attack and a Spirit Arrow brings Jeron down almost a half.
That's just the strength of Transcendence on Neith. The power that she gets scaling on her abilities is just so good.
Jeron.
Divine Ruin, first item for Sol. That's what he was going for with
Okay, so it is Divine Ruin. They're going to try to stop some of the healing coming out from Guan Yu and, of course, from Nasha. The Unravel from Neith as well. There is a fair amount of healing and sustainability on this team, so I don't think I hate it, but it is a little bit early.
It's going to hurt a little bit on the build. I think that's a big key. The damage spike from Sol is going to be a little bit lower than we would expect for a Sol by the mid-game, but that should impact by the time the team fights come around that the Divine Ruin's already online, I guess.
So what does he go next?
He's got to go for some more damage here. He's got to get maybe some penetration to just get things going even further. Maybe go for the Void Stone.
For me, I think if he's going to Divine Ruin, I want to see a Chronos Pendant. He's going to have ways to activate that Divine Ruin if he's already spent so much money into it. Chronos Pendant will give him a decent damage spike, cooldown reduction allows him to keep fighting.
But will it give him enough of a decent damage spike? That's my concern. It's not the highest damage item in the game to really be picking up as your third item, is it?
Yeah, it's true.
It gives you cooldown reduction, gives you mana regen. I mean, mana regen's not something Sol desperately needs. Golfier's been pulled here, but that poke!
I mean, does he need the damage?
I mean, I don't think he does. You know, I think he's okay. I think the Divine Ruin's the right call here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, with that, you notice that not even a big heal could come out of Nasha, and he did burn it. So he's going to lose a big chunk of that. I don't think he considered what he was fighting into.
So teleport just used over on the right-hand side by Predators there to get back to lane. Has Breastplate of Valor finished. You can see Watson's got a bit of an advantage on him here. It's actually about 900 gold by the looks of it in favor of him, and already working towards more than likely that Frostbound Hammer.
Love it.
As well. Watson in a very good position once again at level 14.
Still, remember, guys, we're on a lower patch here. In
That's
the
why there's
High
two
Console
balls.
League, so there's still 2 pigs, yeah.
Rip the 2 pigs.
I'm all right, thanks.
You okay without them?
I'm fine.
You still fine without them? As a solo laner, you're still fine without them?
I'm glad.
What is this? You don't like being 5 levels higher than everybody else? Now you're only 3? Is
What a
that what you're
shame.
telling me? Go for
Nice
your
shot
contested
right
game.
to the chest, and that'll be a 4th of his health taken and thrown to the ether.
And that's the big thing about Sol early. The Stellar Burst hits are so easy to confirm technically because of the wide range that they've got. Janus, you can see the damage is a little bit lower.
Predators, are you lost? My man's just running all over the place. I don't know what he was trying to do there.
Right, Harpy's half spawn. Lycan is in position now to try and take these ones down. But Guan is round the back here. Good rotation from Predator's going to put some poke on. But once again, when you look at it, that is Suku, so she will be able to get away. Elexum, though, gets caught by that taunt.
Another use of beads in a rather precarious situation. Nasha looking for a return opportunity as Watson comes in big swinging. We're going to see that ultimate. No, he's going to choose to
Okay, let's back out, let's back out, let's back out. We'll just call it a day there. We'll call it a day. It was a nice engage. The bludgeon was good. We saw Amnesia ult away, and then we saw...
And that's it.
That was it, that's all.
That's where the fight ended. We got a pull here. He's going for the Athena. Is the tank going to be worth it? Lycan's going to have to take out immediately. Nice shot by the Janus.
Watson going in deep, though, looking for the pick on Neja, who didn't have the ultimate available, will live with 1 HP. Predator's going in deep himself underneath the tower. Xbalanque's made a rotation too, and Farleez dived in looking for that kill on... to the Awilix.
Everyone's just stealing kills.
It's crazy.
Stealing kills from Xbalanque. Bellona getting back here. She does have her teleport available. If she chooses to come to the left side, she can help out. But it seems like Athena's going to force the wash here. Smart of Barrage to just walk away from this. They lead by 4 kills, about 2,000 gold. No reason to get risky.
And the funny thing about that whole little engagement there, you saw it was all Team BM that went aggressive. Response from Barrage, forcing them all back. Then we saw Barrage's Awilix go for the aggression with the ultimate onto Athena, but immediately Predators with a very good ultimate, I may say, just to detract from Awilix going for the all-in kill on Athena. And then the fight just continued after that, where Team BM overcommitted, trying to find a kill off that play.
Honestly, I think a lot of that came down to the fact that Elexum's beads being down just forced a major amount of tunnel vision onto this character who can get away from just so many sticky situations, especially with a Geb behind her. And even with Watson completely flubbing the fight, which should have been a guaranteed kill onto the Nasha twice, dropping it with not only the ultimate, but not enough damage confirmation with no auto attack cancels in the mid lane. Still winds up coming up big in that fight and still has his team in the lead.
Yeah, 2-0-2 and 2 levels over the Guan Yu. Now he's Watson as well, as we check in with mid lane Elexum on that Sol. Now we mentioned where's his build going to go into next, and it's the Helmets, Diem. We're seeing more and more of these this season. Very cost efficient.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you protections, gives you penetration. You were talking about getting some pen on the board. So next...
And power too, so it's all good things.
Next, again, Chronos Pennant still available. Can go more pen with some type of spear or obsidian shard. And then, of course, Doom Orb is still a viable item at this stage.
Checking in with all there on that Gab. He's going back to base. Already got the Talaria boot. Still working on the Breastplate of Valor, which should be finished now, and you'll see him complete that one. So cooldown reduction, but not much in the way of health in that build for the Gab at the moment. Meanwhile, Athena across the way, played by Mr. Turtle. Well, he's got the standard Hide of the Urchin here, which would be quite useful on getting the extra health. Protections for both sides.
No surprise as we look at the graphs that you see player damage being topped out by Elexum. The Stellar Burst hitting multiple people. You'll see 2,200 gold, 3,800 experience in favor of blue. A lot of that having to do with the solo laner Watson, level 17, 2 levels ahead of not only his opponent, but across the way in the dual lane, and then a major advantage over everyone else.
Stellar Burst connects, but there's a damage going out from Awilix as well. Gebalt was good to champion him in place, but Guan Yu is doing the real dirty work on the backside, putting the pressure onto Lycan, who's not going to be able to get away, has to Sanctuary, still looking to stay alive, but gets pushed away as Predators, but still the kill goes the way of Airbrushd with the ring toss, and now he's taking another one up.
Nasha will die when he lands here, and I talked about it in the beginning. Geb's passive coming into play. Reduced damage on crit stops the kill from Nasha. Not quite calculating it well. Watson comes up big with a 3-man Eagles rally, and they're going to drive forward. A good return from Janus, hitting 2 with the shotgun. Stellar Burst going to find the kill as Predators mistakes his path right back in.
Elexum still going, trying to put some extra proc onto Mr. Turtle there, but immediately Barrage back away. Big 3-man out from Watson, though, was what really just continued that fight. Najjar bit off a little bit too much going in deep for that gap.
Yeah, winds up being a 3-for-1 at the end of the day. Elexum getting baited by his own teleport.
Janus getting baited because he just used his portal then on the ground for damage and now gets knocked up. He will fall down to Jeron.
I love that choice there. By using the shockwave when the Sanctuary was still going off, yes, he's not getting the damage, but he actually will force him to be in the air when the Sanctuary falls off. So right there, actually guarantees the kill for the team. Barrage takes a Gold Fury and looks like shaping up to win this game as they're in the lead by 4,700 gold.
Really good position for them to be in mid lane. They're beating them down right now. Najjar in trouble once again. Is he going to be able to get away? The knockup comes off Sanctuary use and the ultimate.
Beautiful.
In response though, or did use Cataclysm a little bit too late then, but it's still fine. They still win the engagement.
I would have liked to see that Cataclysm the same way that he used the Shockwave, inside the Sanctuary, just to ensure that he gets locked down. That should have been a kill. Lets that one slip away. Right side mid camp's going to be taken by Blue as an uncontested Predators continues to push over on the right side.
Yeah, just going to get uncontested because Watson taking the blue buff there after taking the right-hand Harpies. They're the first right Harpies I've seen of the game that haven't been fought over, where we've seen an engagement. But Guan, you may have bitten off a little bit too much here. Already the Xbalanque ultimate has been used, but when you've got a pony, you don't have to worry so much.
Oh man, it's out. That was straight up Dynasty Warriors across the map. No. Dynasty Warriors is about,
it's not about
China, I'm pretty sure.
Watson over here putting pressure on. They know the ultimate is down here for Predators, and Lycan is still here, as is Or on the Geb. But Guan doing good work at the moment of just keeping them busy. The sad news is, can they make it worthwhile? They do. Elexum gets killed in the mid.
Guan did a lot of work there to hold this off for his team. And now look at the pressure in the mid lane. Nasha, not with a lot of health at this stage, will have Flaming Spear available to him to get that heal going if necessary. We got this. What is this green? Is that the threshold? That green aura?
I believe that is the green threshold aura,
that's
yes.
That's the dubstep?
DJ Dubstep Janus.
Just moving around.
Is Janus a weeb?
Is Janus? No.
No, okay. But he gets a red buff, that's the main thing. Level 14 for the Janus. 0, 2, and 2, but got 39 stacks online. And that pick on Elexum in the mid lane was actually a combination of all 4 members of Team BM that were not over in that solo lane where Guan Yu was getting ganked. Nope, they managed to combine with the World Weaver in the end, giving the kill over to the Neith, which will help the build a little bit.
Watson controlling the lane once again. Level 19 comparatively to his opponent. A 3-level advantage at the 19-minute mark. Watson well ahead of the curve. Usually you want to hit 20. If you're quick by 22 to 23 minutes, it looks like Watson's going to beat that time.
Once that Bulwark of Hope is online for Watson there, I want to see him just rotate. Leave that tier 1 tower. If he loses it, fine. He can make such a big impact in the fights, and you've seen it with the 3-man Eagles rallies. If he can just find one ultimate, they'll win team fights huge, and there's not a whole lot Guan can do now at only level 16.
Sol and Xbalanque sending damage into the tower. Combo is going to be good. Let's see if they got it. Mr. Turtle's taking all kinds of damage and will be picked up. Bellona begins a rotation as well as Guan Yu backs to the base.
That makes it 3 stacks for Jeron as well. Now with those chins online already, just needs to continue working on attack speed here as well. But around the back comes Watson with a big Eagles rally. Bludgeon is going to connect as well, and Najjar is going to fall down to the Scourge.
No chance of escape. Caught him mid-dash as they turn their sights to Predators. Gets knocked up. Decent damage. Guan Yu still barely alive, thanking the meditation on that one. Still, all 5 members, not all healthy, but still all 5 members alive.
That would have been a tier 2 tie if it wasn't for the fact Farleez managed to get a big unstable vortex off on the whole team. Sadly, he didn't catch the back coming out there from Watson because they could have potentially found the kill there. And instead, Farleez, though, still feeling himself. The teleport came out from the Guan Yu, who's still looking for the kills. Can he chase down in time? He will, you know.
Sprint!
No! Sprint's going to save the day.
And here comes Elexum, able to slow it down. Athena just doubted herself for a second there. That might be enough!
But now Lycan is back as well, and Guan's in a bit of an awkward position under the tower. Will jump away, but takes an extra tower hit. We don't see Lycan manage to land the ability.
He should be fine.
No, he's not, because look where Watson is. If Watson spots it, Watson knows. They know where
he's on Suku. Lycan doesn't have a ton of damage here. Watson cut the path off. Scourge for it.
Keep him busy. He's going to get support from Athena. Good taunt. Can he get away? He slows them down.
Not enough.
The bludgeon still going to pick him up. Lycan, though, took a lot of poke from the unstable vortex.
Nasha tunnel vision. Nasha tunnel visioning really hard. Went way too far. Flaming Spear going to be wasted. Not a lot of health gain. Not a lot of damage done to Watson either. It looks like Barrage will escape in a situation where they probably should not have, and that comes down to Airbrushd getting a little bit too greedy for a kill that wasn't his.
And both teams being a little bit too over-aggressive right now, and that's the reason that we're not seeing anything sort of happen on the map. I mean, the Gulf Fury was down, but yeah, they could have taken some towers off that. Either team could have, if they would have used the opportunity. Instead, they went for kills, and the kills ended up going relatively still in Barrage's favor.
11-4 reads the score here at 22 minutes. You'll note a pretty decent advantage here, 4,500 gold for Barrage, 8,000 experience as well. Watson leading the pack at level 20, tied now with Xbalanque, who catches up, although Watson definitely leading the pack in gold at over 11,700.
And this is where we're going to get to the stage of the game where Barrage's late game composition is going to pay off for them. Xbalanque is level 20 already. 3 stacks of his passive will help him a little bit. I don't like to talk about the passive too much because it's only a little bit of power. But hitting level 20 and being that full build, we're almost getting towards full build now with attack speed. The damage he'll put out compared to Neith is insurmountable.
I would like him to maybe not abandon this Titan's Bane that he's building, but I would like to see him switch it up. I think Iqbal's attack speed is very much more important at this stage of the game. Jeron going to take a few hits there.
Yeah, Oba would have been a better situation for him to be in, especially with that Transcendence fully stacked as well.
Yeah.
I feel that would have really helped his power spike, especially with the Bowler virus that he's got as well. That would just increase it even more in team fights.
Did you say Bola virus?
His Bowler virus.
Like the 2?
It's Ebola virus.
Not Ebola. I get it. He's Bolas.
He's Bowler virus.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the same thing, right?
Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
It's pretty clever, actually.
Thanks, buddy.
No
I
worries.
appreciate it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Fellow weeb. Still not got it?
Nah.
I'll give it up. I'll give it up. 23 minutes of saying weeb and it's still not right.
Maybe you'll get it. Kelsey is a Teeb.
No clue.
No, okay.
No clue.
No worries.
Polynomicon is finished off for Elexum. Gulf Fury has spawned here, level 17 for Elexum in the mid lane. That build actually has surprised me quite a lot, the Sol, and it's working though. That's
like
the big key here. It's a nice build.
He
At
has
first I was confused and I was like, okay.
He has a little bit of pen between the helmet and the boots. He's got healing reduction, decent amount of damage between the items. The only thing he's really lacking here is cooldown reduction and major damage, which is why next I'm assuming we're either going to see Rod or, of course, Chronos Pendant with that Lost Artifact build.
Watson over on the right hand side, still trying to pressure the tower. Guan Yu, meanwhile, Predators in the jungle looking to see if there's anything up. Both the solo lane is actually going to do the proxy farm game because there's no pressure.
A little bit better, though, for Guan Yu, who chooses to do it. This is a reactionary effort from Bellona, who's actually going to miss one. And that one is a Gladiator minion. If she doesn't deal with that, I think it could wind up killing the tower.
Well, if there's no minions really over there, it may kill the tower, but right on left-hand side, you're going to see there's a big lot of pressure onto the Neith. Sorry, not the Neith, I should say. The Nijar, who is evaporated again through space and time, goes off, or is chasing down onto Slaphead, who's going to get hit into the wall there. And Jeron is putting out some great damage to be tuning with Watson, who's made the rotation, as has Predators on that Guan Yu, trying to force back Barrage.
Barrage is just in a great spot to continue this fight. Oh, until Lycan overcommitted here. Predators might be able to turn this one around. He's chasing, albeit a little bit greedy.
Damage.
In the front line, though, you'll notice trying to get away from this Athena. Elexum going to go into the Corporeal form, try to get away from there.
They should be able to kill Watson here. They should, because they've zoned the rest of the team away from him, but they've not got the damage to really bring him down. Watson's still tanking it up, and now Jeron and Elexum join the fight again, and Watson re-aggresses, knowing he's got support of his damage dealers.
Watson somehow starts up the red buff. A few hits from the Scourge to get some heals off. It looks like they're going to pull the Gulf Fury off. Not yet. It didn't look like he wanted to do this. They probably should have backed off here.
Yeah, the whole team wanted to back off. Elexum, though, wants to try and contest that red buff. Going to find out he's dropped, and if he comes back now, he may find out that the whole team of Team BM is behind him with the Gulf Fury. Do they spot him is the question. It looks like Predators may have.
Elexum in a weird spot. Predators should be able to lock this down.
Slow.
Yeah, this
Nice
damage is going to be
damage.
pretty big.
Athena's on the way, though. They're not going to be able to find the taunt off that one. Elexum repositions nicely.
Gulf
All the
Fury.
while, though, the Gulf Fury wasn't being done.
No, I mean, they were just getting started now. Jeron has a chance here. You'll notice Alexum's here. This is a really good bait opportunity, but note, there's not a lot of mana in the pool right now for Guan Yu.
Elexum goes in very deep looking for the poke damage, gets taunted in. Good shield from Geb, will save the day. Jeron on the front line. Poked out nicely before retreating, using that Rising Jaguar.
Oh,
but now the re-engages here, and Watson is on his way.
That was maybe not a wasted ultimate coming out from Xbalanque, but not exactly lovely. Oh, beautiful shot there from Lycan. Gets the pull, but he doesn't
Change
focus
targets?
the target down. They switch to Athena.
Guan gets out of the fight, has no teleport available, so you can see Predators trying to come back. Meanwhile, Neith got focused for a second, and they lost their attention of it. She should die now, though. Minions to the rescue.
Look at those archers. She's like, you can hide from them. You can't hide from us.
Car 5, they will fire at you and hit you, guaranteed 100%. They don't miss.
26 minutes in is we're going to see Airbrushd take a 5-level disadvantaged fight as he stares down Bellona. Left side structure to fall, and they're going to be going for the tier 2.
Guan comes in though with the cavalry charge, looking to put the pressure on. Suku gets Awilix out of trouble. Jeron gets a shield from Ore, and now there's not a whole lot Predators can do.
Yeah, I think Blue's going to have another chance at the Gold Fury here. Another beautiful ring from Airbrushd. You'll see he's level 16 now. Still not quite 17, which he needs for that power spike. Guan Yu's going to look for the slow. They're going to try to couple it. Athena coming in as well. A little bit of wasted ult there.
I'm okay with that because he did the knock-up as well to stop Athena from crashing down on any of her carries on the front side and actually get them all out of danger.
Elexum staring this one down. Full health, full mana, trying to make sure that they don't go for it. A stolen sentry ward from Predators as the red buff gets started and take it.
I think the big key here is Airbrushd on this Neith. They were kind of forced into this pick technically because of the Awilix pick, and it's not made it work. He's had to use his ultimate every single time defensively, and when he has used it, he found targets like Geb, which are not priority ones you want.
He's so far, in my eyes, hit Geb and Bellona. Or no, he didn't even go for the Bellona. He let that one go. So I think he's only hit the Geb at this stage.
And most of it like disengaging as well, which is really key. Build-wise, I mean, the longer this game goes though, Neith will become a powerhouse and can one-shot one of these squishes if she can get hold of them. But it's will that she be able to get hold of them? He. I always say Neith is a she. I don't know.
It's a girl. Most of the damage, actually, from that Stellar Burst that was just used will not be activated. Oh, I'm sorry, no, Bellona was there. Excuse me, I did not see her on the map. I thought that was
so a good position for both teams here, realistically, definitely in Barrage's favor in terms of the golden experience lead now, which is around 5,000. But they both contesting this Gold Fury, and if it actually goes Team BM's way, it'll work out. Watson, though, in mid lane, dealing with 2.
And handily, as he walks away from them without taking any damage and taking a good chunk of Janus, who's going to be forced back to the base. Preemptive strike used. Gold Fury to be started as Nasha works his way in. Teleport coming in, no way to stop it.
Guan Yu on the way as well. Gold Fury getting very, very low. It will go the way of Barrage though, but the fight afterwards, that's the question. Where's it going to go to now? Disengage from the carries of Barrage. The front line holding firm for them, giving them the peel they need. Watson on the backside, he's just keeping Neith at bay.
Guan Yu throwing out that... Oh, no, that was not Guan Yu's meditation. That was Geb's meditation. Watson getting focused down by multiples, but he's happy to take it. Airbrushd gets erased as Watson's going to move forward, forces the sprint, and some damage to boot.
Really good play from Barrage there. If they can get away from this engagement again, this is what they're doing. They're peeling themselves away from the fight, letting Watson sit on the front and then re-engaging when everyone turns their attention onto Watson. They get their Gold Fury, extend their gold lead and can recall to buy some more. But maybe Elexum just bit a little bit too much off here unless he's got that shield coming from Geb.
There's no hyper carries on the squad of Team BM. The later this game goes, the better it is for Barrage, having characters like Soul, characters like Xbalanque. I mean, they have control of this game, and it looks like it's going to belong to them. There is still potential for picks. If someone steps out of position, of course, there could be an answer. But with a, 6,000 gold lead for Barrage, I'm going to assume that this one's looking kind of over.
We're at about 10,000 experience as well, and that experience is a big deal, especially when mostly people are not level 20 right now. Only Guan and Neith, and, you know...
3-level difference.
Between?
Just 3.
Just 3?
I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Bellona's been 20 for quite some time, and a lot of that experience she has over Guan Yu, who just hit 20, is wasted. Same thing for Xbalanque and Neith. Xbalanque actually hit 20 right as Neith hit level 18, so a 2-level difference in experience there is being made up for. And it's shrinking, actually. There's only a 2-level difference now. It's the junglers and the supports.
I think the big key as well, though, is the mid lane of Farleez on Janus is starting to come online now in terms of damage output. He was very, very low below Elexum early, but now the power of Janus is going to shine.
I think if either team loses this game at this point, it's going to come down to the jungler builds. Nasha going into Malice into Wingblade, not a ton of damage and focusing a lot on this ultimate
survivability,
where he can't really use it. Right, exactly. He's going into survivability on a team that has no hyper carry, comparatively to Awilix, who has gone into all non-auto attack damage except for this stone cutting sword, which works directly with other auto attacks like Aussie, Iqbal, things that we normally see crit builds. She's going in a different direction.
Well, Barrage in the jungle looking to contest potentially that blue buff, but meanwhile we'll see Predators pick that one up. Team BM pull them away from towards that blue buff area. They're going to pressure mid lane instead. But at the moment, neither team really feeling like going too overly aggressive here. Maybe we'll see Barrage look for the fire giant. They're looking that way. Maybe just the tier 1 tower though.
I think tier 1 on right is probably their best bet with the Gold Fury down on left and no one hovering for that left tier 1 on the blue side. I would say that the Order team takes down this Chaos Tower with Elexum holding the jungle down as well as she is.
Surprisingly, it's an Elexum holding the jungle down. She's got that slow, though, with the Stellar Burst, which will help her out.
It's impossible to run through. It's a perfect choke point activation.
And they get the tier 1 tower for free. All going to lead the front line here. They're going to look to pressure the tier 2 tower. But the whole team of TBM are in position to
Why
defend
did
this one.
Aw just walk directly into a Neith for like 7 shots and just lose a third of his health? I hope that doesn't come back to haunt this team fight.
We'll find out. Balls are being taken. 2-man taunt coming out from Mr. Turtle. Was going to stay, but Vortex connects with Or, but pulled in his Turtle into an awkward position. Turtle's going to fall down to Elexum on the backside there. And that combo with Geb and Awilix is just paying off for them every single fight.
That was sprint and the shell pops for the support on
Oh, they're going to go for the fire giant here. Watson on zone duty. Lycan waiting around the corner to support as well. Bludgeon will not connect with anybody. Just a little bit of damage. Now they're focusing Predators, who pops his ultimate. They're going to try and tear this one down, but Predators is very, very low.
Oh.
The through space and time hits Elexum, but he will get out of danger for now as Jeron does pick up Predators.
Too greedy. Guan went for too many shots. Had he canceled it a little bit earlier, activated that meditation, dashed through, and got a heal off, he would have survived pretty simply.
Look at Watson, though. Watson just Slaphead out of that fight completely and just pinned him away from the engagement. The rest of the team are starting to destroy. Now Sanctuary will keep him alive, and nice Saber Vortex comes around from Janus, saving the day.
And he's fine. Oh no, he put the portal down! What would make you do something so ridiculous? He activates his Sanctuary, and that's going to be enough to get the kill. Lycan gets one that he didn't deserve. Error in the column for Farleez, not a hit for Lycan.
Farleez is actually just keeping him in the game now. They're still losing these engagements though as time goes on. 33 minutes in the game, 19-6. They lose a tier 2 tower. Health is okay to attempt this fire giant here,
go for this.
But it is Athena and Neith they're against.
That's true. I mean, there is definitely counterplay potential, and it looks like Nasha's going to do it. Let's ride in with Nasha, see if he's got those.
Well, Nasha needs the ring toss, needs to find a good ultimate. Not available, I don't believe, right now. Or is it? Is it on? It's on cooldown for another 20 seconds.
They're going to walk away.
Just presence of mind. Presence will just be enough to zone them away. Surprised by that, really. They should know Neith ultimate is on cooldown.
Guan Yu having a rough game. 0-5-4. Going in for a full CDR build. Now building into Cloak. I would assume this is going to be Magi's Blessing.
I think the biggest issue I can see at TBM is the initiation. They're relying on Athena to initiate, and Athena gets picked because Awilix pulls after the knockup, and there's nobody else following up the Athena when that's going on. Maybe we should look at Guan initiating instead, or even the Neith just going for the sash.
Well, that's why I think this Guan's going to be building into Magi's. Granted, it's also the only thing that he can buy at this stage of the game, but that's fine.
Is it the only thing you can buy?
I mean, if he goes into Urchin and tries to stack it, if he goes into Spirit Robe, he's already full capped on CDR, and that's just
Turn onto Watson
incorrect.
From Mr. Turtle. Mr. Turtle trying to keep himself busy more than anything else as the heavy hammer continues to whack at him. Frostman hammer, I should say. And Fire Giant is still available. Barrage now all alive once again. Going to head back over in that direction. Maybe look to try and secure this one.
Right side mid camp's going to go to Watson. Level 20s are getting filled up here. Only level 20s not on the board are the supports and Nasha, who finds himself now 2 levels behind again. So a 3-level disadvantage still for Team BM. 34 minutes in. Elexum throwing out some warning damage, but looks like a little bit too quick on the draw. Slap able to get out.
Catch somebody trying to come in for a ward placement more than anything else. I'm surprised he took down those imps of the pit, especially because we've seen Jeron with that Odysseus bow. He can just bounce it off the imps back to the fire giant, just increase the damage output and potentially hit multiple members in a team fight as well. But fire giant's not below half, but there's the Xbalanque used.
That's
Nobody
wasted.
was in position.
And Nasha burned his ultimate? Yeah, Nasha burned his ult to get away. Watson will take a small amount of damage. Doesn't seem too afraid as him and Slap tried and trade blues.
Whoa! Good, but a poke off into Watson. Now Watson needs some help over here now, and there's the team coming in with the sprint actually to close the gap and help them out. Predators pokes them out and forces them away a second just to turn their attention to them. But it looks like Barrage, they want to commit him and look for the tier 2.
Oh, Watson going real deep through space and time used. Elexum still standing strong. Slap had to head back to the base here. They're going to go for it.
Looking for Elexum with the cavalry charge. Athena in tow, looking for the donk as well. Elexum in corporeal form will stay alive, though, as Jeron does pick up Predators on the horse. And now Watson going to lead from the front once again and push them back. Another member dies for Team BM.
The story for Team BM in these team fights has just been Predators has not gotten these ults off that he needs. Mr. Turtle's getting pulled once again. Lots of damage coming through. Another kill for Xbalanque as he's able to escape as well.
Coming out as well there by Airbrushd, though he got Jeron, but he didn't manage to confirm the kill, sadly. His ultimate was not available at the time, but the sash was great. If you could look, continue to chase him on the Najjar and isolate Elexum, who's in an awkward spot right now.
She's gone. Oh, another wasted ultimate. Airbrushd and Predators are not the same players from last game.
Seems to be struggling just a little bit at the moment. Watson teleported back in trying to help Elexum, but too little too late. He will find out that the jungle is completely down right now, and he'll retreat to the safety of clearing out wards and trying to keep Fire Giant control.
So it is going to be a height of the Urchin for Predators.
So he's very late in the game is what you said was the reason you shouldn't be going for this.
I mean, if we take a look, Athena built it second and has 2 stacks. The team's not getting kills.
Grabbing's only been 7 in the whole game for them, so yeah, I do agree with that one. It's going to be an awkward spot. Geb, meanwhile, though, starting to reach full build, as is the Athena now. Midgardian Mail picked up for the Geb on the front line. Going to take a little bit of poke from the Neith.
Let's consider. If Team BM were to win this game, it would happen very simply. They get a deicide and either Fire Giant or a Phoenix, and they get another deicide and win the game. If he builds the height of the Urchin, he'll get 5 stacks, and then he'll get 10 after everyone's dead. The odds of them getting individual picks here and there and him getting those stacks online to make this item worth the cost as opposed to Magi's when he's getting CC'd a ton, this is strange. He has to make sure that his team is looking for individual picks. If he's going to buy into it, they got to play into it.
Well, at the moment, it doesn't look like they're looking for individual picks. They're looking to potentially team fight here. Portal does connect onto Lycan there, who took a lot of poke from that Janus, and all going to get taunted in an awkward spot, but has his shield up, avoids the unstable vortex, so not too much health lost there.
Watson 4-0-13, a part of 17 of the 21, but the star being Jeron here, 7, 2, and 12, a part of almost every single kill, only missing 2, over 90% ratio at this stage of the game as a carry.
The 3 main laners have played very, very well for Team Barrage. You've got Watson over in the solo lane, and Elexum in mid lane on the solo, and Jeron all had fantastic games. No discredit there to Orr either on the support role or his jungler Lycan, but those 3 laners have had fantastic performances so far. They're definitely looking like #1 in EU by a long shot right now.
Elexum taking more damage than he probably should have. Spirit Arrow going to be wasted as Aum moves forward. We've seen this situation before.
I think the biggest thing I want to see out of Barrage, and they need to work on going forward here, as this game is, they seem to take the games a lot later than they need to. They're worried about trying to convert their advantages and convert them into wins quicker is the biggest issue.
Watson.
Because you give your team, you're giving the enemy team, Team BM here, a chance to get back into this one, and you shouldn't be. You should be trying to close this out.
It started up. Jeron tanking it up. Decent damage on the Fire Giant so far. It's getting low. They're going to abandon and initiate. Only about 30% left.
So much poke. Jeron going to get taunted. Predators, he's on the front line. They're doing good damage through space and time. Fired. A little bit too late to combine with the taunt. There's a knock-up hits from Orr. And Predators in a lot of trouble. They're going to get ulted to try and stop him healing. They do delete Predators out of this fight. Guan Yu down. And now the chase is on. Focus onto Neith from Watson with a very good Eagles rally.
Whoa!
Oh, Slaphead manages to pick up Lycan, who just ran straight into him on Suku.
And Elexum trying for it. We get a sprint activation from Neith as she's baiting Watson pretty well. They're going to continue forward. I really feel like Slap has a good advantage here. Airbrushd in a bad spot, however. Beautiful ult coming out from Neith to save his life. And it winds up somehow only being a 1-for-1 at the end of the fight.
Both teams splitting up on who they're looking to focus down over and over again. Multiple members chasing different targets means that people are surviving when they really shouldn't be. Watson out of position a little bit from his team here, going to get taunted in and deleted. That's a guaranteed kill for them. Too far forward, too far alone. The rest of the team are a Fire Giant, and it gives a moment's breath to Team BM now, because they can't do the Fire Giant.
They're going to go for the red buff, it seems. Do they take... I think they should take their back here and rush this down. Watson, not up for a minute. They got to be quicker. They can't be going for these kinds of things when they're already level 20. They needed to be healing, regrouping, forcing at least a teleport. With Predators coming up now, they're giving away their power play.
Power plays in advantage of Team BM though right now, at least for a few more seconds with a 3v5 advantage. But that poke from Elexum really hurt Taunt though. He's going to go into disarray, but the unstable vortex still connected. Elexum's dead. He's dead.
A little bit early there. He's going to activate the Sanctuary, but he is caught and he is gone. But look at how much damage he was able to do. That should stop. Oh, was that
that's a Guan heal and meditation.
Wow. Right back to full health.
This is the chance for Team BM to get back into this game. Now Barrage have had the advantage right now, but look at this. Can they defend?
17 seconds still, or rather now 10 seconds for Watson. They need a ward for him to get down. They're going to try to go for the steal here. Team BM needs this Fire Giant. They can't let this go. They do manage to secure it.
They do get the Fire Giant, and they're trying to retreat immediately. Barrage on the right side, though. We're going to pick off Predators there. Goes over to Jeron. But look at this. You can see Neith a little bit out of position here. The rest of Barrage chasing down other members. And he manages to find the gap. Neith back to safety.
Jeron and Lycan teaming up here, trying to go for the mid lane. Airbrushd using his ultimate, still getting caught by Watson. Eagles rally was burned. It looks like Airbrushd should be able to escape.
Knockup does connect with the Neith, who backflips away to safety before Lycan can get in range.
Was that? Yeah, it was.
Look for an ultimate.
I think Lycan was in range of that.
I think he was too.
I don't know why he didn't go for it. He at least would have gotten... No, the Purification's down. That was a free kill. Shame.
Was it free kill? Just didn't realize the opportunity was there. Golf is available though for Barrage. They lose the Fire Giant. They do manage to take down the Guan with the Fire Giant.
That's all they got.
Still a Janus.
Wow, yeah, 4 members still have this Fire Giant. We're going to get more crit on the board for Nasha. Looks like he's going to be going likely into Deathbringer for those really big swings in his ultimate.
So as Team Barrage now, you sit back and just try and hold your towers? Is that what you're looking to do? Are you willing to fight your tier 2 towers, I guess is the question?
If you're Team BM, you have to be rushing. If you're Barrage, I would say...
Fight tier 2s or fight a Phoenix?
I would say poke the tier 2, fight the next tier 2 or the Phoenix if they rush it.
Well, they're going to head towards the Golf Fury right now, Team BM, looking to take that one out. Neith doing that, Lycan going to swing round, thinking about looking into it, but changes his mind. The rest of Team BM, though, starting to push down the left-hand side a little bit. Elexum gone to defend the tier 1 tower, the whole team of Barrage. We'll see the Golf Fury is being done right now, but will they be there in time?
I mean, any form of gold at this point is a win. Not sure why Slap just decided to kill himself, but we'll miss you. Gold Fury goes to Barrage.
Barrage managed to pick it up and all still chasing him with Lycan in tow. They're trying to pick a target out. They were looking towards Athena. Now it's Predators who dashes away for now. Around the side is Janus once again trying to position himself safely. And Barrage actually going to look to backdoor the tier 2.
That was a hot throw. That was just a straight up hot.
Was it worth going for the gold?
I mean, yeah, the gold was a great idea. They need to shrink this gold lead to be able to be competitive. But what the hell was Neith doing just walking at them and bringing the Gold Fury?
Well, the whole team as well was at the Gold Fury. Why was no one on zone duty?
That's what Neith was trying to do. Neith is not a zoner. But she was trying to zone for the team. Xbalanque ult just screwed everything up for her. She brought the Gold Fury over, got it stolen. When they go back and watch that video, Slapheader is going to get a slap on the wrist.
On the head?
Somewhere.
24-10 though, so Barrage are going to hold on to this game for now. The Fire Giant will pretty much just disappear now. I don't think we'll see any more pressure out of Team BM, so we'll be back once again to a Fire Giant fight for the next engagement as to who will win this game.
10 kills on the board right now for Team BM. 80% of those, in some way, of course, belong to Farleez, who has been kind of the sole proprietor of this team staying into the game.
He was quiet early game, but once we've started to hit this mid-late game stage, he found his angles the whole time. He was always relatively safe throughout these engagements and managed to pick him off. The only times he's really died is when he's put on the ground instead of a wall.
I want to see Nasha hit something. I mean, not many things have been hit.
He's found kills, apart from the gap.
I mean, the Bellona kill probably would have been a kill either way. Let's be serious.
Watson trying to just zone them away from the boss.
That's not Nasha's job. Nasha's job is not to box Bellona. It's to take the soul up into the sky and erase her.
Is he looking for soul or is he looking for Xbalanque at this stage?
Either one. You have to pick one and get him the hell out of there. Sacrifice if you need to, but you need to take someone off the board.
Meanwhile, Athena working towards the final item. I'd like to see her looking for a Medjai's here, just because she keeps getting knocked up and then hit by the ultimate by Lycan. If she can go for that, it's going to remove that opportunity for the team to use.
Look at the difference in gold between these supports. You see full build right now for Geb, as opposed to Athena, who's 2,800 behind.
I'm surprised we've actually seen Orr still got those Traveler shoes online. I'd like to see him switch them out, maybe for the Shoes of Focus for the extra cooldown reduction potentially. Watson aggressive into Slaphead here. Bludgeon will not connect through space and time, will though, but still Slaphead's in trouble. Great taunt. Oh, will come out and save the day, but still Lycan gets the kill.
He turned around. What are you looking for, man? It was going to kill you either way. You had to outrun it. Lycan gets a little bit lucky with a misplay coming out from Neith. Kill results, and we're going to have 45 minutes deep. The first bird getting shut down as Watson continues the frontline pressure. Phoenix falls.
Phoenix does fall, and immediately Barrage tries to back away. Predators, though, on the front side, trying to put some damage out as much as he can do. Barrage, though, they're not backing out as quick as I expected them to. They're going to clear that wave off first and then head towards the Fire Giant, which is now just starting to spawn.
Right side, Fire Giant, almost up. Blue buff getting taken down. That one looks like going to go to Xbalanque. I like that.
Oh, taunt onto Watson. No, Watson's surrounded by multiple members. No one's in range to really help him just yet, but Shield is on the way from Orr just in time. The Bellona allowed him that second to push them back again and allow Orr to get in range to give him the support. Everybody gets away from Team BM, though, but they do get an ultimate out of Watson.
And we're going to see some backs. 4 backs right now as Fire Giant respawns. Of course, there is a teleport available for Bellona.
Lycan's going to get really caught out of position there. Walks around the corner blind, finds the whole team. Now going to get chased down. Already used Suku, so this is a confirmed kill. If the stun connects, it does connect. No escape available for Lycan.
Beautiful.
All to the rescue.
Beautiful. There was just so many good plays from the Geb there. The shield bait, I love the flip coming out from Lycan to extend the damage, able to get back onto Suku. It's going to be a sprint activation. Gas pedal hit as Jeron trying to find a way in. Ultimate used for movement speed. Damage coming through on the Predators. You know he's going to dive for the back line. There's one. Watson trying for something here. Fire Giant available. They're likely to turn back and take it down.
That was such a shame from Team BM because Lycan got cut out of position then, and an individual play from the Geb really saved the day, turns the fight on its head, and now he's going to potentially give him a free Fire Giant here unless the defenders of Team BM of Athena and Janus can make something happen.
A little bit of trouble here. A lot of damage coming through. Jeron very low, and it's going to be the explosion of the shield ball that picks it up. Fire Giant still available. Team's fighting desperately for it. Predators to the background. He's going to stun him out. TBM steals it away thanks to a beautiful play from the supports.
The support gets a double kill and turns his attention to Orr, taunting him into danger. Unstable Vortex comes through. Orr getting shredded to death, but has the rollout to try and get away. Will Weaver will confirm on the back though. Lycan goes in looking for the kill onto Farleez and finds it, but now gets surrounded by the rest of TBM.
Don't chase the Bellona.
Don't
chase the Bellona. That's it. Get out of there. Go find a structure to do. If she wants to fight you, she'll come to you. They take down the Fire Giant. They lose 2 for it, but they gain 4. Bellona's going to try to make the attempt.
Has the ult Scourge used to try and slow them down and taking a tier 2. Gives up the tier 2, and the team of TBM move towards the Phoenix. This is risky, Diem.
No, I think this is the good play. They have over 30 seconds right now before anyone else is going to respawn. Watson comes in, goes for that. Very smart Scourge, but it's not going to be enough. Oh, look at the damage on the Titan.
Titan is getting very weak and needs your respawns to go and defend that one on the outside. Phoenix does fall on the right, so we got a Phoenix down in right lane for Barrage, and mid lane's Phoenix down for Team BM. 3 members still with the Fire Giant, and they're looking towards the tier 2 in mid.
It's still about 10,000 gold. It'll shrink down to about 8,800 once this is taken away. And it looks like they're going to get it. They should now go for the Gold Fury. They need to clear the next wave before leaving. Otherwise, it's going to be a lot of trouble. Well, actually, we should check a little bit farther back here with Bellona to see where those fire minions are doing.
Watson just sees the fire minion wave coming in.
And everybody is about to respawn. Farleez is the last person, or only person that went down. And then, of course, Lycan coming up right now.
Player damage, as you can see, still top of the charts is Farleez on this Janus. He's made some big impacts. Picking up Jeron of that Fire Giant is what really won them that fight.
It was beautiful. He portaled him on top of a lava stack, hitting him with the lava as he hit the ground, the portal as he hit the ground, plus the unstable vortex. And then by the time Jeron even realized how much damage he took, he uses the Rising Jaguar, but not quickly enough, finds himself inside of the shield wall, exploding at exactly the right time. Little bit of fate, little bit of luck. At the end of the day, works out perfectly for them. Team BM fights their way back into this.
For a 49-minute game, though, how surprising to see a solo lane warrior doing more damage than a mage or a hunter at this stage of the game. It's crazy.
Are you asking me about the balance state of Bellona? Is that?
I'm just saying that's crazy amount of damage. Should still be above those two is quite surprising.
You're surprised by Bellona being near top damage.
Above a Xbalanque and a solid late game? Yeah.
I feel like you need to play more.
if it's like after 30 minutes and your Bellona's that far ahead still, no, come on.
I mean, she does free damage. Everything she does is free.
So does Xbalanque.
No, Xbalanque has to move into position. Soul gets some free damage, but not in the same way. Bellona just gets to sit in the back line and just plug into people without any fear.
Well, no fear at all for Watson.
Especially since there's a Geb on the team. Like,
that's true as well.
Who's killing that?
Orr is really doing a good job as well on the Geb. 1, 2, and 20 this game. Been involved in 21 of the 27 kills his team has had.
Dude, that's a killer score.
Fantastic scoreline for any support. Pressure, though, coming out from Team BM. They've still got the Fire Giant on 3 members. They look towards mid lane. They're now swinging to the left. We've got a tier 1 that they should get for free here. I don't want to see Barrage really contest this. Would you contest this, Barrage? I mean, I say that, but last time they contested, they won the engagement.
Yes, they should poke here. I want to see things like darts. I want to see... oh, look at Soul. They're going to see Soul on the map. They're going to take this play. By the time Soul rotates in, they're going to control the front line.
Only on Geb, though. That's not the target they really want. Or very, very tanky. Watson's trying to keep them all busy, though, as Turtle gets poked into an oblivion on this side. Or was the potential target with the taunt, but he still lost the trade.
Nasha still has his ultimate available to him, and there's still some major targets that he wants to pick up. Beautiful shot from Elexum is going to take out most of the health.
Unstable Vortex hits all. Watson immediately goes in onto Farleez, forcing the purification on that side. Guan now charges in, but he's getting blown up.
Yeah, he got destroyed there. He's going to have to back up. Elexum throws out the Stellar Burst for some space control as well, and this is why I say they should have held it. There's no poke here. Neith doesn't do enough damage. Nasha can't get into the back line, and as long as they keep getting Mr. Turtle out of position the way they have been.
Love the call from Watson there. He's the one to go back to base because he's still got his teleport available. He can defend the right-hand side. You saying take gold?
They need to just get away from this. Just go get the
Well,
gold
Watson's
Fury.
back.
Right, but like they're spending a lot of time for this. Actually, they're going to get it. They're giving it up. So, all right, get this back. It's almost time for Fire Giant. They need to make sure they're contesting this. It's a little late now for Gold Fury, and they're aiming towards it. He's going for pigs.
I'll be honest, this is a rinse repeat of the game of Barrage versus Atlas here, where Atlas were in full control. They took 2 Phoenixes down, and Barrage managed to hold on, come back into it. Atlas through the game. Barrage, for me, are throwing this game right now by giving way too much respect to Team BM when they could have potentially won a lot earlier.
Janus now at 46,000 player damage, slightly ahead of the Bellona at 40k. We have Soul and Xbalanque following that up. Strangely, Xbalanque and Neith doing very similar damage.
Very, very similar damage. Neith, well, that's credit to Neith more than anything else I want to say. That's not an easy task.
It's not like Jeron's playing bad. I mean, the dude's 10-3 and 13.
But keeping up on the damage, managing to land those Spirit Arrows is going to be the big key. Lycan dropping the blue buff, more than likely going to go over to...
I would assume Awilix.
Okay.
Yeah. She doesn't have full CDR. This will put her 5% over the cap, which is fine. Next team fight wins, man.
Is that all it is?
I mean, there's a bird down on each side, you know, where they are already weakened.
They're looking for Xbalanque. They were looking for Xbalanque at the right, then with Team BM, but immediately Jeron recognized that one just in time.
No tier 2s. I mean, the Titans are in fairly weakened states.
Yeah, both with a weakened Phoenix as well, you're correct. Both in different lanes as well. Just a ward fight is going to be what the cause is here. Who do you want to see go for the fight?
Honestly, I think they should start the Fire Giant and bait it out. Nice unravel. Not a lot of damage, but it sends Watson a note. Uh-oh,
send a note to Athena. Athena got bursted pretty hard there, but a nice response with that unstable Vortex. Coming out from Farleez once again.
Oh my god. That was a beautiful shot. A very risky taunt opportunity, but they take it. They don't bait the Gold Fury, however.
Oh, Meditation comes out. They're going to heal Watson up a little bit. They realize that Guan Yu will just be sustaining Team BM up consistently here. Barrage with that Meditation down, though, they're the ones that have a rough situation because Guan will just keep ticking up with the heals over and over.
Well, that Mana's not in a great spot. He does have his med available as well. Another beautiful unstable Vortex. We just can't talk enough about Farleez and his ability to control this game.
Watson, though, is trying to control the game big as Slaphead gets annihilated on the back, has the backflip away. Watson still going in with the support. Jeron dives all the way in, knowing his teammates with him. They pick up one. The rest of Team BM, they were diving in looking for the other side.
And this could be trouble for Jeron. No, a beautiful Geb shield. Geb winds up coming up big this time. Mr. Turtle out of position against 3. They're trying in the backline against Watson. It's a very similar engagement across the board. Meditation has been burned, and there's a heal as well, but Watson sitting very healthy.
Very healthy indeed. His Soul gets a big Stellar Burst off onto Farleez. He gets hit by a bludgeon. Not a lot of damage, but Watson can keep giving chase here if he so wishes. The rest of the team on the right, though, Nijar is still fighting with Guan Yu as well. Trying to pick up Elexum here as Predators as the overhead comes out onto Nijar. Nijar's in trouble, but the Sanctuary saves it.
Able to maybe get away from this. No. Oh my god, I didn't even see that kill happen. Elexum very low, but covered. Predators out of mana. No actives that are going to help him at this stage.
Out of mana.
He will die.
Out of the situation to get away from this one. The best news is Farleez has just come back up, has his ultimate available, and it's going to be him and Athena against the world to try and defend, because it looks like Barrage not even going for the fire. They're going to try and end.
They're trying to end. Nice shot. Is it enough? Athena coming down. Watson trying to control the space. Here comes Jeron for the damage through space and time. Not going to hit. Either will the unstable Vortex. I think this one might be over here.
It should be over here. The through space and time should not have been used there. I think Farleez, that was the first mistake I've really seen him make in the whole game so far. They're trying to pressure mid. They're going to bring down the minions, looking for the weakened Phoenix in the mid lane here. All happy to take this one up. Easy Phoenix.
And Watson's right in there. This might not be the end of the game, but it's definitely crippling as that Phoenix falls. Jeron in a position to go for a kill.
They can't decide.
Completely out of position.
They can't decide what they want to do. They were split up, looking for opportunities here. So they're going for the Phoenix now. Watson tanking this one up. The rest of the carries have now arrived to look for the Phoenix. They should be able to get this one, and they will indeed take this Phoenix. But can they get out again and get the next Fire Giant?
They can't. Team BM cannot allow Barrage to get away here. They must take the 3v5 if they want any chance of winning this game. If they don't take the fight here, it's likely going to...
Oh, that was a nice little poke from Elexum around the side of the Stellar Burst, and immediately he uses Disapparate to just disengage from the taunt.
And that'll be a Fire Giant. Maybe not free. We are seeing Janus rotate over, but I mean, look at that health bar. Does he take this? Finds a good hit.
Well, they're going
Soul
to back.
Weaver?
I mean, I don't think he's got. He didn't have any vision of that whatsoever in those backs. If he did, I think he would have taken the shot.
Saw that.
Did
you see that? He missed. He missed an auto attack. It went in between them.
You're gonna tweet him now. You missed an auto. 19 gold down.
We saw it.
We saw it. 56 minutes in though. 30-14. Good performance with both these two teams. Barrage guaranteed to be #1 in Europe after 2 weeks of play. Team BM went out in the quarterfinals last week, but they do find themselves in the finals here. This is only game 1 as well, Diem. Still got another one after this.
We need to see Airbrushd come up big here. Almost all of his ultimate attempts have been wasted so far. Getting very low, needs a ring toss. He activates a 3,000 pot, and was that Bellona?
Gotta take one to the sky. I'm not sure who it is. It's gonna be the Bellona indeed, but Bellona's gonna get out of the engagement. Through space and time comes through. Jeron does pick up Airbrushd there as Elexum does get away with the soul. Still on the front side is Watson, scourging multiple members. Bludgeon is off, connects with Farleez, who has to disengage. Turtle gets a curse off. And the team of Barrage reset again for a second as all rolls in.
I think this is a likely GG. With their jungler down and a major form of damage off the map, they have to deal with 2 lanes of fire minions plus the Fire Giant fight in a power play. I don't think there's a way that they do this. Mr. Turtle's going to try, though, only finding one on the taunt out of position, but still enough pressure to force Watson to the back line.
Watson, though, he's going to go straight onto Slaphead, who's used his backflip already to get away. Mr. Turtle has to disengage. Round the back comes Guan, though. He's going to look for Watson. I think that's going to be the primary target, but he's still got Aura in support.
I think they should just rush this down. I mean, with how many fire minions are rushing in at this stage, there's no way for Red to control the map. Oz going to the back line, pushing out Farleez. Elexum taking some damage here, but not enough to kill. And Watson, little off the mark there, but still controls enough space.
Pulls in from Lycan, though. He's going to put Predators in a rough spot, gets the conviction off, but will fall down. The pull from Farleez was there, but he couldn't reach it in time. And maybe, just maybe, this is the end of the game. Will Barrage win? There's enough fire minions there for him to close this one out, Diem.
Watson has his teleport back up in 5 seconds. He'll head back to the base in critical condition and come back fresh and new, ready to push this down. 2 birds still on the floor, and it looks like Barrage is going to try to close the game out.
They're waiting for the minions just to come in from the right-hand side. They're torn onto 3 members, comes out there from the Athena, but being bursted by Jeron as well. They're just pushing in for the Titan. Finally, we will have a result of game 1. Barrage will take it, but it's anything but clean. Anything but clean.
It took a long time for them to fight through Team BM, but Barrage finds a rather important win. They're looking for their 2nd straight week, and with that, they're looking like they can do it.
Well, the best news is like there will be 200 points, and nobody will be above 80, I want to say, this week, other than them. So that's a really good position for them to be in if they can keep this up. What did they just didn't end, no, Diem. They had a big advantage, and they never capitalized on it and allowed Team BM back into it.
I think it had a lot to do with the fact that Jeron and Elexum just weren't willing to fully commit to fights unless Geb and Bellona were both in there as well. Obviously, a little bit of chemistry to work out, but it was enough to get through Team BM in game 1. But remember, this is a best-of-3 contest.
Well, let's have a look at Watson in that game, because obviously he's having a good performance. He's been rated as one of the best players on the Xbox, on Xbox. But you can see there, his ultimate was good enough to just end the game.
That was probably the major turning point of the game, when he hit that double ultimate, allowing Awilix to get in there as well, getting that kill off. That was a big deal.
It was a big deal, and that's what's kind of Watson's been the big talking point for them the whole time. Predators had a good game in the semifinals, but coming up against Watson, nobody can really handle him, it seems, at all.
Game 1 is complete, though. We'll be back. Oh, I'm sorry. What was that?
Let's have a little
look
at
that
replay
We're
again,
going to give that another shot.
because Bellona's ult will not do it this time. Here we go. So he just managed to pick up the ultimate, and it allows Aura to pick up the kill onto Turtle 2. Here's Watson on his way, just continuing.
I like this one too, cutting off the path, goes for the Scourge immediately just for a little bit of damage, starts activating that Frostbound Hammer, which even though Guan is able to walk away from it, the slow persists. He's able to pick up the kill.
Nice persistence from Watson there as well. And really good performance from those guys. But guys, that was game 1. It's a best-of-3 scenario. Can Team BM come back into it in game 2? We'll find out after this break.